Oh, we're doing this.
Yeah, we sure are. I don't think I'm gonna sound too exciting. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Mike.
And I'm Sham. If you guys been watching us for a while, you know we kept hinting at a new series.
Yeah.
New series. New things we wanted to share. When we started this channel, this was part of the reason we started the channel.
It was part of it, so we can
Part of
actually
what we wanted to
share
share.
our journey.
Yeah. You know, the good and the
this
bad.
has been part of our journey.
Yeah, the ups and the downs.
Mhm.
So, yeah, if you want to see what we're going to be talking about, make sure you guys are subscribed. It's going to be part one of
Who knows?
multiple multiple episodes by the time we get done. So, yeah, grab a chair, grab a snack. We're going to get started. So, we will be sharing
Our journey of
our fertility journey.
Yeah. Now we have talked about in the past and previous videos. If you haven't watched them, make sure you go through all of our videos.
Yeah.
And you'll see that we have been talking about having kids.
Yeah.
Adding a little one to our own little family, and how things have been, it has been difficult for us.
Yeah. It's
But
been a tough journey.
We
But
will be sharing every bit of it, starting from the beginning.
yeah.
How it started,
Where we are now.
Where we are now.
Where we'll be going, we don't know.
Yeah.
But if you guys didn't watch, or like if you're new to our channel, you probably haven't checked out how we met. We'll link that video up here in the space somewhere. We'll link that video on how we met, but this is mostly going to be from the time we got married to now. It's so much, so we have to split it up in a lot of parts. So yeah, let's start at the beginning. So where you want to start?
So you guys already know we met in a little town. We met through a job. When we decided to get married, even before we decided to get married, we knew we wanted kids. We knew.
Yeah, I knew he wanted kids right away.
Yeah.
It was kind of like one of those things where I don't remember. I think we were just having like regular conversation with other people or whatever, and he was like, "I'm ready to have kids," and I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just one of those. It wasn't like, oh, I wanted to trap her. It wasn't that kind of.
When did you know
thing.
you wanted to have kids?
I think I knew I wanted to have kids when I was older, and I was seeing like my sisters and my brother all having kids.
Yeah, because I think when we met, did your sister already have one?
Yeah, I think it was Giselle.
Yeah,
was the
I think
first
she had
one.
her daughter already.
Yeah, and I wanted at least one. At least
I always
one.
said two.
Yeah, well, that's a topic for another day. But I always wanted at least one, boy or girl. Lately, I've been stuck on girls because I figured daddy's little girl. Anyways. So our first beginning of when we wanted kids was before we got married.
Yeah.
I told her I wanted kids.
So when we met, I was going to community college. Yeah. We met in 2009. I was going to community college. At that time, I was like focused on like school. I don't know. I guess it's always been a part of me to be like, I need to finish school or I would love to finish school before I get pregnant. So I saw my mom like struggle. I mean, her journey is different, but she had us early and she had to struggle and then go back to school, finish school. She's an amazing teacher now. But for me, I wanted to at least try to finish school.
Yeah.
So especially the fact that I wanted to get into nursing school, I knew that was going to be like hard already. So in my mind, I need to at least try to get in and see how it is before I even try. So we protected ourselves the entire time.
The whole time. All the way
Why
up
make
to,
it sound like that like the whole time?
all the way up to when we got married.
All the way up till we got married. So that was like 2 years roughly. Yeah, 2 years or so, 2.5. I will say I'm glad he didn't like pressure or push the situation.
No.
He was very understanding of why I wanted to do that. So I finished like my associate's degree, got into nursing program, quit the nursing program. Then we got married. Once we got married, I honestly don't know what changed, but within a month, I don't know what came over me, but I was like, okay, I'm ready. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember why we were ready? I don't know.
I think we was ready because like she got done with schooling and we had a pretty much stable career.
Yeah, we were finally at a spot where it was like, okay, we're not struggling anymore.
And it's sort of like the last video we recorded about the ultimatum thing.
Yeah.
Like pretty much like people, yes, you have to be able to be financially ready.
But you're never going to
needs
get
come
like,
up.
if you sit there and wait,
Yeah.
you're going to feel like you're waiting forever in a way. So I think I finally had like, I don't know if a light bulb went off or something, but I was like, we would survive if I get pregnant. You know, it's not going to be the end of the world. We're finally okay enough. We were living in a big enough house where I felt like, okay, you know, if I get pregnant, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So I think I said it to him and he agreed right away. That's what I remember. This was 2012, so I don't have all the details or the moments.
Yeah, so after we decided a month later from when we got married to just go ahead and start doing unprotected sex, which by the way is really, really good. But we have to put that in there. But we were trying, I think we were trying for...
No, so what happened? Funny story. Funny story.
Okay.
So I've always had like regular cycles for the most part. I had cramps. I mean, I know most people have terrible pains and cramps. So to me, it was nothing concerning. I had cramps, but for the most part, it would come 28 to 30 days, which is the norm. So I never thought I had any issues with my period. So we started unprotected, and literally, I'm not even kidding, the next period was late. It was the very first period after that month.
It was scary, but joy at the same time.
Yeah, it was kind of like, wait, because honestly, I wasn't like expecting it to happen the first month. Like, I'm realistic. I know it would probably take a few months of trying. But yeah, that first one was late, and it was like, wait a minute, 2 days late? Okay, weird. So I remember just going and getting like pregnancy tests. I think I got like the expensive ones, you know, clear blue. Those ones be expensive. And I think they come with like 2 in the pack. So I think I took one. It was like a few days late, 2 or 3 days late. Nothing. Waited a couple more days. Nothing. Then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to keep spending money on the expensive ones. I'm going to start going to like, I went to like Dollar General or something, pick up the cheap ones, and still nothing for a few days.
We're on
pace.
Again,
this is way back in 2012, so I might have some of the details a little wrong. I just remember waiting a couple days, stressing, starting to Google, read up on like the early symptoms, and your body be playing tricks on you because you're like, well, my boobs are tender, or what are the other symptoms? Not nauseous, but like little stuff. It was little symptoms that you're like, yeah, maybe I feel that. You know, and you test and test and test. Finally, I think it was like maybe a week or so late. I'm like, okay, I'm over it now. I'm going to make an appointment to go to my OBG to see what's wrong. So I remember like making the appointment for like Monday or Tuesday, and the period shows up over the weekend. It showed up on that like Friday, Saturday or something like that. So right away, of course, you're disappointed, but you're like, okay, so I wasn't pregnant. I still had to like go to my appointment. So yeah, I went to the appointment that Monday. He did like, you know, they do the pregnancy test. They confirm you're not pregnant. And then he had to like send me to do, I think he did like some blood work. I don't know. Well, he did the test. Whatever they did, I don't remember all of it. But whatever it was, it came back and it was like, you're not ovulating. And I was confused because to me, I thought when you see a period every month, that means you ovulated. I had no idea. Like, I'm like, that's weird, but you release an egg, right? So I guess you can still see your period. Sorry for the guys watching. But you can still see a period and not ovulate. So basically you shed the lining, but there was never an egg that made it down there. If that makes sense. Okay.
Well, so after that appointment, we went back to our regular thing. And I think even the doctor suggested that we should do it more than once a day during ovulation periods.
Yeah, he suggested Clomid. Clomid is like a hormone stimulant, right?
Steroid.
Stimulant or something. I will insert the definition or something. But it's to help you ovulate. So it's like a trigger for your ovaries to say, okay, yes, I need to release an egg. So it's supposed to help. He would tell us, like, gave us like a little schedule, like, okay, make sure within these days you do it or double up on it or whatever. I don't remember. Did he suggest like we skip a day?
No, I think
he switched it up a couple times for the next few months.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, okay, let's do these days. Go back in next month, not pregnant. Adjust it a little bit. Make sure you do it whatever time or days we think.
Stressful too.
Yeah, he took it from the honeymoon fun stage to I have to do it at this time to try and see if it will work. Yeah, that was just annoying. I know after a few months I give up on that. I stopped.
Yeah, and then even like after those few months, I thought, well, is it me? Even though we knew that we had an idea that she wasn't ovulating, I still felt like
to make sure.
I still felt like I had to make sure. So I took it upon myself and I went to a doctor myself and was like, hey, I need to see if I'm producing, like if I'm able to produce, and came back that it wasn't. I'm not saying that it wasn't me, but it was saying fine. It was saying that I was fine.
At the levels that it was supposed to.
Yeah, it was pretty much showing that all the levels was great and everything else. And after that, we went back to her doctor, and the doctor suggested for me to do the test again.
Yeah, that was like like I said, I gave up after the first few months because it became such a schedule. Everything had to be. The Clomid, going back and forth to the doctor because he had to test before and test after and blood work. I already hate the needle. So after a few months, I kind of stopped. I don't remember what happened. And then I decided to go back again. And it was kind of the same thing. Here's Clomid. Take it this day. Come back this day. And then I remember now we're like in 2013 going in 2014. You were working night shift. What was it? You were working day shift. I'm working night shift.
I think
and
that's
we're
what
trying
it was.
to find a schedule to get it done. And
that
was a whole nother headache
because
now we're missing days that we should be doing it because he gets off at work at 7. I have to work at 7. So 6:30, I'm passing his job. I'm not going to pull over on the side of the road.
it probably would have been fun, but
oh my God. Pull over inside the road like, hey, can you come out right now? But yeah, that was kind of the first year or so of it.
Yeah, so the first year went by and we kind of like, we were just like done with the schedule. So we're like, you know what? Let's not go to the doctors. Let's just keep trying. It has to happen.
And that's another thing, like people tell you you're at that time, they're like, well, just keep on trying. Just don't think about it. Just have fun doing it.
Don't think about it or don't try. Just do. I'm like, how could you not try?
Like,
when you're like.
Oh my God, I can't.
So it's
I'm
like
gonna put a beep over that over that word right there.
So it's just like you how could you not think about that you're trying when you're in there and you're doing your work? It's like what? Like how could you not? How could that not be in the back of your mind? Like all right, it's going in. It should travel. I'm telling you, my whole mentality in the beginning. I'm thinking about the sperm biology, like literally swimming on up to the little tubes, catching the egg, implanting and all that stuff.
Serious, and I can't with
It's gonna get serious. It's gonna get serious. I promise it's gonna get serious.
That's funny though.
But I'm telling you what my mentality was.
It's literally what it is. We're telling you like it is. Like there's no way not to think about it, especially when it's something you want. You're just like, okay, I need to do it this day, this day, this day, and then with your period, you learn your cycle. So you're like, okay, I'm ovulating this day. I bought the strips from Amazon that you can use. So I would do that. I don't remember if they worked.
I remember you peeing into a cup and literally putting. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're not doing a urine test. Like, what are you doing?
Yep.
Just pee on it. And nope.
Oh my God.
Just grabbed the cup and dipped and
Put all my business out there.
So
Yeah, it was stressful though because at the end of the day, like I said, you know your cycle. So even if you're trying not to think about it, you're like, okay, ovulation went by. Now you're getting ready for your period. So now you're thinking, okay, how many days? Okay, how many days away from my period? Or the date came for your period, or it didn't come on that date. Now you start thinking. Now you start taking, pregnancy tests. And now you're stressing yourself out. Like I said before, your body reacts when you're under stress. So the same symptoms you feel for being under stress that makes your period late, you're mistaking them for pregnancy signs. So if you have like, the most common one was probably like your breast, like having tenderness, feeling some cramps, like light cramps or some type of like pulling sensation. You're like, I wonder if this is it. So we went through that, or, I had to deal with that for the first month, a year, 2 years into it.
But yeah, so that was pretty much our first few years, like just trying to pretty much try. And I've heard so many things. Even though when I came over here to Nevada, like I these guys would be like, "Oh, just get drunk," and then what?
Or certain sex positions, or certain stuff like that. One thing I will say, and I probably will mention this again in another video or whatever, if you get married and you're ready to have kids and you've been trying for a while, I would say a year. If you've been trying for a year or more and nothing happened, go ahead and go to a specialist.
Yep.
Don't sit there and take all the advice of, like you said, just do it this way, be drunk, don't think about it, try this position for a baby, blah, blah, blah. And I get it, like stress will kind of impact the process. So I get it if you're like super stressed, try to relax a little bit, try to, incorporate some relaxing techniques, whatever it is for you, whether it's working out, stuff like that. But in terms of people just saying, oh, stop thinking about it, it'll happen. No, it didn't happen for us. And this July will be our 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
So still hasn't happened.
But
we'll be going more in depth of everything we've done so far, everything we've tried so far.
So that was pretty much our whole idea of how the first few years was, how we went through it, and how we know what some of you who have been trying for longer or even have been trying for shorter time hasn't gotten pregnant. We understand your feeling, and we've gone through it. We want you to know that we're here for you if you want to talk.
Yeah. And we get questions all the time. People ask. Part of it is cultural. Like people be like, when are you having kids?
Yeah.
Pregnant yet?
Yeah. It's like,
and we get it, but
answer it in a kind way.
But people don't
try
know
to keep that out of your
on.
head.
Yeah.
Like don't try to keep it in like, oh my God, I can't believe she just asked that. But they don't know your life, So it's answer it kindly and move on. That's it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys stick around for the next episode, and you guys will be able to see what we went through and how we went about it, and how everything else is going.
Yeah, you'll get to hear it from each one of our point of views, emotional, everything that went into it. So we just want to kind of introduce you to this series and let you guys know how it started.
Exactly.
And now, stay tuned for the next episode where we'll go a little bit more deeper into the next phase.
Yep. So if you guys haven't liked this video, go ahead and like our video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so you can see the next few episodes that's going to be coming along, so you guys can actually see. And until next time, guys, bye.